welcome back to our podcast, Culture Shock Therapy, where we get into a whole lot of therapy for all the culture shocks we experienced as third culture kids. We are your hosts. I am Shauna, and this is my sister Tessa, and today we will be getting into our 20th episode already.
Woohoo.
Lost in translation, but
fluent
fluent.
in vibes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and
Intro us.
yes.
So basically today we're going to be talking about language barriers and misunderstandings, with different languages, and how the cultural things can sometimes dictate the meaning of things and how we can get confused, and also how every TCK always has the skill to read the vibe in the room and chameleon into it. So that's what we're going to be talking today. But first, we're going to do a little check-in. How are you doing?
I am doing A-okay. I've just been
A-okay.
recovering.
Sorry.
Old trauma. I've just been recovering from the flu. Everyone around me at work also just wiped out from the flu, so I was sick for a good week. But since this week back at work, living a bit more of a social life again, seeing that the world is not just a living room. Yeah,
you can get kind of crazy with the four walls around you eventually.
Yeah, those first 3
COVID
days
times.
It's really nice laying on the sofa and just watching movies and sleeping, but then after that you're just okay, mentally I want to get back out there, but physically I'm just no. I did groceries one day, just really chill, and then I came back, I'm out of breath, I am so tired. So it's not really ready yet, but then Sunday I was feeling better, so yeah.
That's good.
But how about you?
I'm doing good. Kun and I found a new sleep schedule kind of thing that really helps us. So we go to bed at 9:30, and then we'll wake up around 5:36 with Bo. And that's been working out really well. I am sad because I finished the show that I was watching. And I just get so emotionally attached to all the characters. And I was off. Usually I work 3 days a week, but this week only 2 days because yesterday I had a mini surgery on my ear, and it's still healing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't hear properly yet, but I don't understand things yet.
Yeah.
But everything is so loud, and that's intense.
Yeah.
So I'm getting really anytime somebody will drive by me with a truck or a scooter. Yeah, a scooter. Yeah. I'll get really angry because it's so loud.
It's just overstimulating.
Yeah. So I remember I had this as well when I got my hearing aid. I was so tired at the end of the day because you're trying to filter all these noises that you're not used to.
Yeah.
But I was really happy because he did it with just numbing me on the spot instead of putting me down. Okay. Instead of putting me under. And I had completely mentally prepared that I would have to have surgery. Mm-hmm. With anesthesia, but it worked, and he was done within 5 minutes. And I was thinking, okay, so if I had to have anesthesia, I would have lost my entire day for something that took you 5 minutes to do. Mm-hmm. And he was just a very, very kind doctor, so
that's good.
Very happy with him.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit how I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Besides that, we're gonna get into the topic, and so let's start off with the misunderstandings. I think we've had a lot over the years, seeing as we grew up sort of speaking Dutch, but not entirely. We spent more time speaking English. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of sayings, for example, that we wouldn't understand, or we would use them wrong. I have a funny one that jumps in my head right away, but do you have any that you can think of right now?
Not dramatic ones right off the top of my head, but I remember we were living here for maybe 6 or 7 months, around that time, and then Dylan asked me a question, and in English, if you're conversing about a question, you can be yeah, for sure, I think so, absolutely, that kind of in that
without
sequence.
Answering it yet.
Yeah. And so then in Dutch I just said I think so for sure, but then in Dutch, and that would be ik denk het wel zeker, and he was just what? I was yeah, ik denk het wel zeker, and he's what are you saying? like, do you think so, or are you for sure? Like, what's going on? And then he just thought it was really funny. And we still say, ik denk het wel zeker, quite often. Um, that, and I also, the word resolution in English, it is like the amount of pixels you have, like in a picture, or
A New Year's resolution.
like a resolution, or like something to solve. It's a resolution to a conflict. And then we were standing in a circle of friends. It was also like in the first year, and then I said, but then in Dutch, like, oh, that's a really good conflict resolution. Then I said conflictresolutie, but apparently resolutie does not mean resolution. And so again, I had very odd blank stares from the people in the crowd, like, what are you
the heck?
talking about? And I was like, resolutie. They did not get it. Yeah.
We had so many moments where you would just try to translate whatever you were thinking in English to Dutch. Like in the conversations, you
Yeah.
were constantly, you would come up with your answer in English and then first have to translate it before you could,
Yeah.
speak.
Another one just came to mind.
Yeah,
Sorry. In English, it's very common to just say you worked your ass off. Yeah. And then to Dylan's mom, I said, but then I'll say it in Dutch, but it's I worked my ass off, but like literally translated, ja, ik heb mijn reet eraf gewerkt. And she was like, again, like, huh? Like, what? And to this day, she'll still be like, je hebt je reet eraf gewerkt. Yeah.
But also because like the Dutch have so many weird sayings.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
and
our
then this
brains
strikes them as bizarre.
Exactly. And your brain doesn't always differentiate between whether it's a saying in Dutch or in English. Like I said recently, it's far from my bed show. And
Yeah.
it sounds really logical when you say it in English, and apparently it's not a thing. And like mom was laughing so hard at me.
Yeah.
But to me, it just made sense because,
Yeah, but I feel like you had another one as well in one of the earlier episodes that Koen like highlighted, like, oh, your Dutch is brilliant, or like your English, something like that. It was something like as far as my bed show.
Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of those moments. I have to say it's made me a little insecure sometimes as well, because you get laughed at a lot and it's funny, and at the same time you don't want to sound dumb, so then you kind of like don't say things sometimes.
Sometimes I just Google Translate if it's actually a thing.
Yeah, see, Google Translate does direct translate, so then it's not always.
Yeah, but like if the word exists.
Oh yeah, no, that's smart. I think my funniest one was when, so like we said, the Dutch have a lot of weird sayings, like the monkey comes out of the sleeve, or the truth comes above the table. It's raining pipes and steels. All of these weird things that in English are like, heh.
Yeah.
You could put that on a little like bathroom tile.
Unfortunately, peanut butter.
Exactly. And I remember, so I used to have this shoebox outside of my room with a notepad and a pen, and then people could like write me letters. We got that idea from someone in Dubai one time, and we always did it. And I mean, the only people that did that were mom and dad. But it was a fun idea.
Yeah.
And especially in the time that dad would get up like really early and go to work, and we wouldn't really see him much. He would write letters to us sometimes, or before traveling again. And one time we had this big fight. And I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up, with a letter. And he had written this really whole, nice letter to me that he loved me and he was proud of me. And at the end he said, and mind you, my dad has very nice, like, handwriting.
Yeah.
But it's sort of cursive.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, it's very nice, but it wasn't always readable. And in Dutch he said, new day, new chance.
Yeah.
But then it's nieuwe dag, nieuwe kans. And I read nieuwe dag, nieuwe kaas, which means new day, new cheese. And I just took it for granted, because I'm like, it's probably a saying the Dutch have.
There's so many. Exactly. Why not? Yeah.
It didn't sound weird because I was so used to all these weird sayings.
Yeah.
And then I come downstairs and mom's like, oh, what did dad say in his letter? So it's like, oh, that he loved me, he's proud of me, whatever. And new day, new cheese. And she just looks at me like, I'm sorry, what? Like, yeah, new day, new cheese. And she starts laughing. She's like, can I see the letter? So I show it to her. She's like, this says new day, new chance. I was like, oh. And since then, it's just been a saying in our family, like, new day, new cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also say it at work often. Just be like,
new
if
day,
something
new
goes wrong, nieuwe dag, nieuwe kaas.
Do you remember when Tumblr was a thing? and it was really
Yes,
cool.
because we lived to be
Yeah,
Tumblr.
honestly, I had a very good Tumblr page.
To be Tumblr was like the epitome of like the it girl.
Yes. See, I could not be Tumblr. That never worked out for me, but I had a very good Tumblr page. And my header was New Day, New Cheese. It's like, own it. Yeah, I think we had a lot of those moments, and we still do sometimes, but primarily like in the first year in the Netherlands, where you're still kind of learning like what the sayings are. And, you know, like I said, constantly translating in your head. Yeah. So I'm wondering if, like, to jump to the next kind of subtopic, when you speak to other people that like don't speak English or Dutch,
Mm-hmm.
how do you communicate with them?
Um, well, this is just a thing that I do, but also like in my day to day life, also
You
with
bow.
people that, well, I bow, yes, but that also speak English and or Dutch. Is if I can't think of the word or I can't make clear what I'm trying to communicate, I make the noise of the thing that I am talking about.
Oh my god.
But
You
that way,
probably
it's like,
sound like such an idiot.
yeah, but it's like because everybody always gets what I mean. Because like I mean, I can't think of one on the top of my head, but it's like when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I know I'm doing it. It's like if I were to like say like I can't find my car or something like that. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to find your car, but whatever. It just came in my head, and like I couldn't think of the word car. I'm like where's like my
My lord. I honestly sometimes feel like I learn things about you in this podcast that I don't want to know.
like vroom vroom, yeah, yeah. So I do that frequently. So I would imagine
We're just gonna have a moment, like, to let the shame sink in. Moment.
okay, bring back bullying, I guess.
Hashtag bring back bullying. Toughen these kids up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We're very anti-bullying. Never bully someone. It's never okay. But in this case, I do bully my sister, and that is fully okay. Oh gosh, we had some good times bullying each other.
Yeah, we did.
So we had like this is total sidetrack, but that's you know us and our podcast. Oh, I have loose hair. 1 second.
Oh, that reminded me of something else.
What did it remind you of?
I was like, what do you mean ADHD? And then I remember like when I got tested for ADHD, like in my report it says got distracted twice by a rainbow. Like I was talking about like things I was experiencing and I was like, oh wow, a rainbow.
You know that movie Up?
Yeah.
With the dog squirrel?
Yeah.
I feel like it's very depicting. But we were going to talk about bullying.
Yeah. Why actually?
Well, because it made me think of it and it made me laugh because we had like our own ways of bullying each other. And me to you was physical and you to me was mental.
It complemented each other. You need a bit of both.
You need help. How I would like dig my nails in your skin. I would drop my heel onto your thigh so you would get like a dead leg. Even though you smacked me really hard a few times, like my lord, I could still like catch my breath from that.
That was just like the pent up rage of just feeling powerless because you, my friend, you could just suck the blood from underneath my nails sometimes.
You mean draw the blood from the...
Yeah, but you're like an energy vampire, so I say suck.
Honestly, that's how I felt whenever you manipulated me. Like in the park, you would throw my basketball away and just walk away. Like that's how I felt. So I felt it was justified to do it back to you. That just kind of, I feel like that just kind of faded.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up, I guess.
Wow, really? But I can't even remember when it stopped.
I feel like I remember specifically like the last time that you did this and pure just to like knit my grits, you know?
I feel like these are sayings that are, or sometimes like in both languages they don't make sense, but we've just like compiled it.
Yeah,
and...
I mean, if you're listening, you may get the gist. Like it was in our first year of Holland as well. I
didn't hurt you physically.
No, but that I remember you just like just for the sake of it, you were like drawing the blood from underneath my nails, and because you knew there was nothing I really could do, because also you tower over me.
I mean, it might not be very visible in these videos, but I'm like 3 feet taller than she is. Shauna's a little like dwarf.
And you did something that upset me, and I was
You make it
trying.
sound like you were so like adult. You did
I
something
was
that upset
not.
me.
I was not at the time, but at the time you did something that upset me, and I was trying to explain to you what upset me. And then you looked at me and you smirked, and you're like, "Are you done?"
This wasn't in the
Yes, it
Netherlands.
was. Yes, it was. It was in the Broodheuvel. I remember distinctly. And I was like, I was like, okay, take a deep breath, try and calmly explain again why you're upsetting me with the behavior that you did. I don't even remember what you did, honestly. And then you just like stood there like, are you done? And I was like, I remember storming off, and I slammed the door really hard because I'm like, I can't deal with this. But that I feel like this is the last time. After that, we just kind of got over it.
I don't even remember doing that.
No, but I also don't remember doing a lot of things to you, so that
You
makes
blocked it
sense.
out. Then you can pretend like you were a really nice, good old sister.
I always thought I was, but then I heard all the shit that I pulled, and I was
Bro,
like, I
why? Where did you get that idea?
don't know, because I always like in class and stuff. I heard I was a really good kid, and you know,
You really took it to heart, didn't you? No, see, whenever you would have friends over, I think primarily in Dubai, I would want to play with you guys, and you wouldn't let me. And the only way you would let me play is if I was your slave,
mm,
and you guys would make me do everything you didn't want to do, like get you food and drinks or whatever. And then I wasn't allowed to play with you. I was just allowed to sit there. And...
I know it was awful.
You were, jeez. Okay, but this is getting really off topic.
Yeah.
Um, so languages. When other people speak different languages than you, I noticed that I start talking with my hands a lot, even though I do not know sign language. But I just try to like,
Yeah.
doesn't work out very well. But I think it's been a long time since I've met someone that didn't. I mean, I had it at work recently, but I couldn't really go because it was a professional setting.
That's always unfortunate. I sometimes wonder why we all mask as professionals when everybody's thinking the same thing.
Yes, but I feel like in the conversations I have with parents, it's not really appropriate to not be professional. It's like Bell Cheddaburp, hey, so which problem? Hitting your kid, okay, let's have a beer, let's talk about it. No,
I'll smack you, see how you feel about that.
I would like to. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it. No, I've never wanted to hurt a parent or a kid.
That's a good place to start.
That's the prerequisite for my work.
Do you have violent tendencies towards others? No? Okay, great. You can work here.
I mean, I can have the violent tendencies as long as I just don't, Yeah. And TCKs, like their ability to always just like read the vibe in the room and kind of like go along with it or kind of control it. What do you think about that?
Well, yes.
Yes.
And
I feel like I make fun of you every time you say yes in multiple episodes. You can just make a compilation of every time you go yes. Yes. Sorry, continue.
I also like genuinely believe that we all have like multiple
Personality disorder.
Well, disorder would like make it like really serious all of a sudden, but like with us, it's just to like fit in, Like remember when we were in high school, and Psycho Patricia? That was the alter ego. Yeah. And I feel like we have many alter egos.
Yes,
just
but depending on
psycho. Just depending on who we're seeing or hanging out with, or yeah.
Yeah, but I think like I sometimes question in what extent I think everybody has that. Because I talked about that in school one time. How with different personalities, a different side of you will come out. Like if you're hanging out with someone who's very dominant, and you're not a very dominant person yourself, you can go into more of the like submissive. And if you are a dominant person, it can like enlarge your dominance or whatever.
That's how bar fights happen. Plus alcohol.
That's just having little parts and trying to make up for that,
like car parts.
Sure, car parts. But different friends call out a different version of you. I think TCKs are just really good at reading that and adapting and kind of seeing like, what does this person need right now? I feel like we're all just empaths, like to a high degree. or become sociopaths. I don't know where that came from. But
I don't know how to respond to that.
I figured like not all TCKs are empaths because you also have just like rotten people. So then if you're not an empath, you're I don't know.
Crickets. I'm genuinely stumped. I don't really know what to say.
Like, are you shook by what I said or the fact that I said it?
That
or...
you said it. I'm like, okay, well, like, why sociopaths?
I mean, if I look at you.
Okay, damn.
Don't swear.
Don't
not
be a
on
hypocrite.
not on the podcast.
Do you know what our last episode sounded like?
No.
It was a little bit more PG-13.
What was our...
We're talking about perspective.
That's not our last episode, sorry. Oh, we have another one coming.
The one before that.
I listened to it, but then the trucks were driving by and I couldn't hear anything.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. You know what I feel like we have shifted into?
What?
Rambling.
Yeah, we're rambling a little bit. Even though I feel like this is a really funny topic.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, like, I'm excited about the topic. I just really can't connect the dots right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, just talking about this topic and our subtopic of like reading the room and like adapting and all of our personalities and stuff, I actually think like if TCK was a flag, it would be a chameleon in like all different colors.
Or like you couldn't see it because it's blending in.
Okay.
You said a chameleon. A chameleon always shifts to its...
Yeah, but that touches something deep.
Yeah, but we've talked about this before. Like...
Yeah, but listen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, explain.
If you're like, you can't see it anymore because you're blending in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like that?
Depending on like the group that you're in.
What kind of groups do you feel like you're disappearing?
I don't know how
Name
others...
them. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know how others experience me that much, but I genuinely feel like I'm not that much of like a dominant type person. Yeah, I don't think I am. I would struggle against someone who's quite dominant. But if people are more like that, I feel like I would like just like blend in like with the wall and be like, because then you can like feel like, okay, this is not comfortable,
Safe.
it's not your group, it's not safe, and then you just become like invisible, I guess.
But is that TCK related or is that more trauma related?
I kind of knew you were going to ask that, and I feel like just like with everything, it's like a bit of both. Yeah, because everything is nuanced.
Yeah, you learned the skill from being a TCK, but it could also stem from...
Yeah.
How
about you? Do you experience that?
It actually really upsets me when I experience that, but not when I'm like making myself disappear, when I feel like I could disappear and nobody would notice. And I think I had that the most in this one group, this band that I was in. Was it I just always felt like, there was an inner circle and I could never get in.
Oh, that's rough.
Even though I tried so hard not to like be in the inner circle, but just to connect with people.
Yeah.
And eventually I remember one time standing there with them thinking, if I fall through the ground right now and disappear, nobody would even notice. And that upset me so much that I ended up leaving. And I know that was never their intention.
Yeah, but people can be so painfully unaware of how they come across.
Yeah, or how their relationships with each other can make other people feel. Like, if like we're hanging out with someone new and we're constantly acting like we're so close and like showing that we're really close, it can be alienating to the other person. Like, what are we trying to prove? We know that we're close.
Yeah.
Our focus should be on the other person and, having a good time with the three of us instead of making it clear that, we got a bond. And I feel like people just, I don't think there's ever bad intentions, but people do that sometimes. And I hate the way that makes me feel like I want to then disappear. And I get really embarrassed or something, like, because you are vulnerable putting yourself out there and then you basically get...
It feels like rejection.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was a good decision that I left. Um, that's like the most vivid memory I have that I can think of that
Mm-hmm.
topic. Yeah, I don't necessarily making myself disappear. I feel is different than feeling like I'm disappearing.
Yeah.
And the whole chameleon flag thing of disappearing for me resonates more with the rejection than making myself disappear. Because I can make myself invisible if I want, but then it's probably not a group that I really want to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you feel unseen.
Just don't vibe with them.
Yeah,
That's okay. Not everybody is your person. You don't always have to be friends with everyone.
yeah, and I think it's good to always be open to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But if
And
they're not your people,
friendly.
yeah, exactly. But if they're not your people, you don't need to yeah, I have that with like one friend group. That's not my friend group, but somebody else's. Um, I don't feel like I fit in there. Um, we're nice to each other, but I just
Yeah.
always feel this distance, and then I kind of keep my distance because of that as well.
Yeah, I have some. They're also, again, not my friend group, but through someone close to me that I'm always like one on one with some of them. It's really, you vibe quite
Yeah,
well and it's really enjoyable. But as a group, whenever I'm like um, present there, just like, it's not my scene, it's not my, they're not my people, and that's okay. There's no judgment in that. But then you really don't feel like yourself anymore. You
yeah,
feel like you're kind of watching from a distance. And
yeah,
yeah.
and I feel like slowly that rejection still creeps up in you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
What a way to end the episode.
going into the feels.
Yeah, we should end up on a positive note.
Yes. My positive note is that this has not happened often. Usually, I feel good with people. I vibe with them to whatever degree, to some percentage you always do. It's rare that I really feel that rejected and unseen. Um, and I think I've learned the self respect to then leave.
Mm-hmm.
That it's nothing personal, probably, but I can't get what I need here, or I can't give what I want to give. So then it's better to just put your energy where it is fitted and appreciated or whatever.
Good lesson.
Yeah, right. What about you?
I just like to see the humor in things. Yeah.
So you would just like make a joke like, "Hey, having a good time ignoring me?"
No, but like when we talked about like things earlier, like with the whole chameleon thing and like the language barriers, and if someone doesn't understand what I'm trying to say, like I'll be like, I'll start laughing really hard, and then it becomes a joke. And yeah, if you don't laugh, you cry. And I like to laugh.
Rather laugh than cry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember one time I had a friend in Singapore, a Japanese friend, um, and she said one time, I think I asked her like, "Why are you always laughing at everything, even when like shit happens?" And she literally just said to me, "You can laugh or you can cry, and I want to laugh." And I took that for a long time until eventually I realized, okay, it's not bad to cry sometimes.
It relieves some
But
stress.
I do like the mindset of you choose how you respond to it, and both are okay. But to keep in mind, if you're always crying, you're probably going to cry more. If you're always laughing, you're going to laugh more.
Yeah, and it helps because like with me when shit happens, I mean, I predominantly have dark humor.
Yes,
So I it's really easy for me to laugh in the face of adversity.
that's
Find a
good.
reason to start
I mean, shit's going to
cackling.
go wrong anyway,
Yeah.
so you might as well enjoy the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice cliche. All right, well, that wraps up our episode today of Lost in Translation, but always a vibe or something. I don't know. I forgot the name. We hope you enjoyed this episode and got through the rambling bit to listen to the deeper bit. It was good talking to you again. And we'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed our 20th episode. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, everything, the whole Ram Bam fam. We appreciate it. And we'll see you again next week.
Thank you for donating your time.